everyone, it's Miss Wardley, and I have a little special helper today. What's your name?
Rudy.
Rudy! Oh my gosh, hi Rudy. Rudy's going to be helping me with today's Artrageous art lesson. And if you watched our video, one of our first projects we did with 3rd and 4th grade at the beginning of the year was to design your very own 2-dimensional Pokeball. Do you like Pokeballs?
Yeah.
Yeah? Me too. I made my own art ball because, of course, I love art. Today, since we made a 2-dimensional Pokeball on a piece of paper, today we're going to learn how to make a 3-dimensional Pokeball out of what?
Clay.
Clay! I love making sculptures out of clay, but clay can be very, very messy. So the first step we need to do as artists is to gather our supplies. So I like to use a tablecloth or a piece of fabric. Here's one for you, Rudy.
Thanks.
And I just lay down this fabric on the table because clay is a special kind of mud that comes from the ground. When it's wet and it's wrapped up in plastic, it's called plastic clay. Now it's not made out of plastic, is it? What's it made out of?
Clay.
Clay. Well, what's clay made out of? Mud.
Mud.
It's made out of mud and minerals that come deep in the ground. So when we get the clay in a bag like this, it's not too hard and it's not too soft, but it's very sticky and it's perfect for making sculptures. It is so soft that I can cut it with this. What's this?
A wire.
A wire. So I'm going to cut us off a piece of clay, just like that. Here is a piece for me and a piece for Rudy. So we want to lay the clay on the fabric.
Oh, this looks like a rectangle.
It does look like a rectangle. We want to cover up the clay and wrap it up so it doesn't dry out, because when it dries out, it gets hard and then you can't make it into sculptures. So I'm going to move the clay, oh it's so heavy, over here so we have some nice space to work on. Now, the Pokeball, there's a couple different techniques that you can use when you're making a sculpture out of clay. The Pokeball is actually going to be 2 pinch pots that we can join together or we can separate so that we can put things in it. Now this sculpture can actually be used. So if you take the top off, you can put things inside your Pokeball like, I want to capture a Snorlax. Will that be awesome? I've already caught a Pikachu, so I'm not going to make a Pikachu ball. I'm going to make a Snorlax ball. So you ready? Okay, so let me show you how we're going to make our pinch pot Pokeballs. What kind are you going to make?
Pokeball.
But what kind of Pokeball?
How
about a Ghostbuster Pokeball?
No.
No. Okay.
Pokeball?
A Pokeball?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. What we're going to be making is a pinch pot, and that's just one of the techniques that we're going to use to make our Pokeball. So when you get your clay, the first thing that you want to do is you want to break it in half. Now you have 2 pieces of clay, and you can just break it with your hands. Now once you've broken your clay in half, you're going to use 1/2 to start shaping into a ball or a sphere. So you want to squeeze it, you want to roll it, squish it together, squish it with both of your hands like a baseball. Squish, 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 squish. So we want to make it into a sphere. Squish. Now once you have it into a ball, roll it in your hands. And you can even roll it on the table a little bit because this clay isn't too wet. You don't want to add too much water. The tools that I like to use are toothpicks or sticks. I like to use toothpick to write my name. I also need slip. Slip is what you use to join pieces of clay together. Slip is just dried pieces of clay mixed with a bunch of water and it turns into mud. And that mud is really good for gluing on pieces. Okay, do you have your ball, Rudy?
Yeah.
Okay, roll it a little bit more, make it smooth and even. Okay, now we're going to take our ball, and since this is about the size of a Pokeball, let's cut it in half. I'm going to use the wire. Do you want to try the wire?
Yeah. Let me try the wire.
There we go.
Let me try the wire.
In half, just like that. And then I'm going to take the half circle and I'm going to push in my thumbs and then I'm going to gently pinch. So when you make a pinch pot, you're taking your thumbs and pushing it down, and I'm pinching it, but I still want it to be the shape. There you go, that's perfect. So I still want it to be the shape of a sphere. So you push your thumbs in, and you start shaping it into a sphere. Move yours over a little bit so you can see. Is it working? So I'm just pinching it, smoothing it, and shaping it into a sphere. You don't want to pinch too hard. You want the sides to be about as thick as an inch. So once you've pinched them and made them into a sphere, then you can make the other side of your Pokeball. So I'm going to pinch my finger. Ooh, good job, buddy. I'm going to take my fingers and gently pinch the inside, kind of smooth it with my thumb, and I'm turning it as I'm pinching it, but I'm keeping it smooth and even. How do they look? That looks good. Oh, good. Now, if both pinch pots match like an egg, then you're ready to start adding some decorations or designs. But you know what? I always forget to write my name, so I'm going to go ahead and write J-A-W. Those are my initials on the bottom, and I'm going to put the code is C3 if it's like Krakow, 3rd grade. So now I want to make a Snorlax ball. I want to catch a Snorlax. So I can think of some ideas and add some designs to the side. With the Master Ball, I made a giant M and I glued it on, and these little circles with slip. So think of simple designs and then add them to your Pokeball. Make sure you join them together. I don't like to touch the slip with my finger, but I use the slip to glue pieces on to my Pokeball.